realize I was live. I didn't mean to actually go live. That was funny. I hit stop streaming because I got scared. That is hilarious. I am sitting here and I'm thinking about what I want to do and whether or not I wanted to go live or not, but I did not mean to actually go live. My mouse is still sitting over the button, so I don't know what I clicked or how I managed this. We'll have to watch the beginning of the stream again to see, like, did I just do this while I was thinking about other things? It was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. No, I totally did not know. 6 minutes? Alright, that's not too bad. I am trying to think about also this design that I want to do here. It's gonna end up being, I'm trying to figure out what the final look will actually end up being. It's kind of like almost a wedding cake of different layers. So if I layer the red with a little smaller orange, with a little smaller yellow, a little smaller green, and if I put clear all the way around that and I spin it, what does the final product look like? That's what I'm trying to work out in my head. I'm hoping that it gives you a ribbon where you can see all of them, all the different colors all the way back. Like you can get that depth still. So I guess we'll do that. I also hate lighting this thing on stream. Hello! You showed us the pretty heart. Oh, did I? That's funny! Oh my goodness. The one that was burned? That was on stream? Because again, I was looking at the camera to see how much of it would actually come through. I'm doing pretty good, thank you, Flora. How's it going? I almost said Flora. There's no L there. Yep. Well, you know, I have a pretty good idea of when I clicked the button then, you know, when I was paying full attention. I will have to go back and watch. That's hilarious. I was so startled. I was like, what? What do you need? Alright. That one wasn't too bad. I don't like lighting it on stream. I definitely talk to myself all the time, especially when it comes to the glass stuff. Because I was trying to work out, and I'm still pretty tired. Crazy hand gestures. Does it go this way? Does it go that way? I'm glad that you're doing good. You saw the wheels turning. Were they turning or were they just stuttering in the mud? Live again already. Cool. Yeah, this is the third time. Didn't you know? Metalworking. Ooh, that's pretty cool. What kind of metalworking? I don't do any sort of metal. There's a 6-minute warm-up. Yeah, I had a stretch. Oh my goodness. Knives. Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. How do you do that even? I guess, like, I'm trying to think of, like, within metalworking, what all is even considered? Is it, like, to consider it metalworking, do you have to be the one, is it smelting? Is that the right word? Bernard, is it? I've been cleaning all day. Patty and Polly will be coming in about 30 minutes or so. I mean, kind of. So, to answer your question, I apparently clicked the go live button while I wasn't paying attention, like at all. I was totally in my own world, in my own head, thinking about the design that I'm going to work on. And then I sat. That's one type of metalworking. So, yeah, I've already lost my train of thought. And I was sitting here just thinking about the design, like seriously just in it. And, well, BML Bytes ran in and was like, "You're live!" And I'm like, what? Oh! And then I hit in stream out of panic. And then I was like, well, you know what? Screw it. I'll go back live. So, rude! sort of butt streaming. Kind of. Yeah. Anyway, back to Fora. So, okay, so that's only one type of metalworking. What are the other types? Are there bigger, broader categories? Because within glasswork, there's probably more than I can think of. You get the distinct types of glass that people work with. Typically, COE 104 or 33 are the ones that I'm the most familiar with. There's probably other COEs, and that's just the glass itself. There's my level of glasswork, which is lamp working, or also sometimes called flame working. So, relatively small, you work on this small little personal torch here at your desk, versus actually blown glass, which is much, much, much bigger of a projection. And then there's stained glass. And probably other things. Smithing, anvil work. Very cool. Is it bad that, like, my first reference for that is, gosh, it was a Netflix reality TV show that I watched forever ago, which the name totally escapes me right now. Which, to be honest, I used to, as, you know, to fall asleep to, so that's normal, right? Why have I decided not to make this square? I don't know. Is this flat enough? Probably not. Forged in Fire. That's the one. That seems really fun, though. Also exhausting. How long does it typically take you? I suppose you said knives, right? Is that... It's too high up, but it's what I recall. Same idea. Nice. Alright. Do you like that I spent all this time trying to shape it and I'm just gonna redo it? Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making this design up. I have my own little sheet that I'm trying to follow, but it's all wibble wobbles in my head still. So, all I know is I need this one to be nice and flat, which I might be better served if I just grabbed a second red. 1 second, I'll be back. Do I have more in here? Aha! What if I do this as a paddle instead of as a Maria? And Bernard, you fell asleep to TV just once? Just only once in your entire life? Never? Or are you trying to say that you always fall asleep to TV? Because I think that that's probably pretty common, using TV to fall asleep to. Alright, that seems to be working somewhat better. Let's see, move this back, please. Speaking of metal forging, I can't remember who, but there's a guy who makes handmade cast iron pans forged on an anvil. There's a waiting list for his pans. That's pretty cool. Only semi-related, and I'm not going to be able to speak to this at all, but my dad collects old cast iron pans. I just know anytime we ever went to a garage sale, he'd be like looking at the stamps on the bottom being like, that one's worth it. Do I know anything? Did I ask any questions? Not even a little bit. So you're doing 2 of them so that I can build up the layers a little bit better. What do I want this? I drew it as a square, but I don't know if squares make the most sense. Whatever, we're gonna go with it. Let's see. Bernard, yes, I commonly have a channel with some pie shows that I don't have to pay attention to. What do you mean by pie shows? PI is Raspberry Pi. That's how I know that word. This is not gonna go well if I can't make a square for the beginning and I want them all to be squares. Why is my punty at a weird angle? Can I fix this? There we go. Much better. Alright, I'm happy enough. Private eye. Oh. Oh. That needs to be capital. Raspberry Pi shows. That's probably the number of shows that he needs to fall asleep. See? We know. We know what this is about. I watch exactly 3.14. You better make them Adventure Time, because as far as I've seen, those are short episodes, which is to say I watched one episode of Adventure Time so far. Alright, I need this. Stripey, stripey. Well, let's see. Your daughter has a date tonight. How nice! That's exciting. Or is it terrifying for you? I don't know. First date? Got things going on? Trying to keep yourself distracted from it? What's the plan? I wonder if that's to the first date question. I shall learn to ask only one question. I get excited though. I like chit-chat. There's 0% chance that I'm going to be able to get all the way to purple doing what I'm doing here. Take the daylights out of the boyfriend. Yeah. That is it's definitely a common answer. Oh no. Hopefully he's not too bad and everything goes good and it's all okay in the end. Okay. We can hope. Alright. I don't know how much, but I want to be able to see the red underneath, because the idea here is I'm going to keep stacking these up. Here's what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to fix this. I've got this. Just in case you're ready. Alright. Well, I was going to say I can be your alibi, but I really can't. We're just in text. I don't really know. I know nothing. Alright, we're gonna squish this down. And then we're gonna flatten. Alright, that gives me a lot more area. Looks like a Katamari's head. I mean, kind of. Da-na-na-na. Nope, that's not the song. Oh well. Right. Oh gosh, I have a hard time telling the difference between the red and the orange. It's fine. Game Grumps, I think they're currently playing one of the Katamari games, which is fun to watch. It is. It for sure is. I'm sure that my dad had similar worries. And that's what I feel like. I've heard something like the people that worry about something, like, let's see if I can remember. They're often doing too much already, kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. I don't have kids. Not currently yet, at least. I'm not out of the picture yet. But I'm sure. I'm running out of words, clearly. It's hard. It's hard watching him grow up. It's hard not being able to ensure that everything was gonna be okay, because all you can do is what you can do. I feel like I'm out of room already. And I'm at green. If I... If I did these ones... If I had thought about it, I could have done red and purple in the back, and then green, or blue and then green. And what's on this side? And I could pull the green off. I might do that. Let's see. Bernard says, I've heard that too. The biggest worry times of raising a child in infant years where every sound they make is, huh, what's that? And yeah, my youngest daughter right now is a goblin, so when she dates, I will be wishing him luck. That's adorable. Good luck with that one. I love it. I am going to try to pull all of this green out with you. Into the water with you. Because I've changed my mind. Oh, can I see the green? There is definitely still green. Come on. This wedding cake layered idea thing. There's not enough real estate for the small things that I work on. But that's okay. We can put more yellow on top of it, and then they're opaque colors, so you can't see it anyway. Never happened. Oh no, it's definitely still a heart. It's still a rainbow heart, in fact. Because I need to make 10 of those. I need 10 of them to come out to my standard. I'm doing that for an exchange, so you're gonna see a lot of rainbow hearts out of me. No, I just wanted to do a different design for a rainbow heart. So I wanted to do like I called it a wedding cake layer thing, where I layered them up on top of each other. I wanted to keep some definition in my layers, which I've totally lost at this point, but that's okay. This is the first time that I'm doing it, and I tried to stack all of the colors all the way out, and I knew from the get-go, but I tried anyway, that I just wasn't going to have the real estate that I wanted for this. But that's okay. Yellow will be well separated out, but red and orange are basically the same color at this point. But what I'm gonna do now, because I just don't have it in me to keep going. Yeah, I start with different things all the time. It can still become a heart. It's a new pattern. I've never done this pattern. I'm making it up. It's still gonna be a heart. The final product will be a heart. This product right now is gonna be the colors being stacked up on each other, and then I'm gonna cover it all in clear and I gotta twist. I'm gonna see what happens. And I'm gonna learn something. I don't know what, but something. Let's see here. So, but because I'm having a hard time getting the just a touch. Let's see. I think it's at least more oxygen. As I have a hard time trying to stack them all, get them thin enough for what I'm gonna do, I've decided that red and purple are gonna touch on the back, and I'm just gonna make it kind of a double shape here. Let's see if this works out. It's just an idea. So I get bored with just wanting to do like the same, like I want them all to be hearts, but I want to do different patterns within the category of hearts. So this one, I want to see what happens. I want to think about different ways that I can take the same 6 colors and I can work with them so that they make the final product a little bit different. Let's see what I can do. There we go. Alright, so that's a nice purple. And this one's gonna go blue. Let's see, really glad to see you're in the challenge. I finally dipped my cabochon mandrel and I think I will be able to do something with it. My beads may be horrible, but the cabochon 2-inch circle will be like drawing with melted glass, definitely tonight. So yeah, I don't have any cabochon mandrels or anything. I've never done one. I still haven't even watched the video for it. So for the rest of everybody, Bernard and I are in a Facebook group that does art glass challenges. And so that is what he is referring to, is there's 2 different challenges. There is the quarterly challenge, which is the one that I'm doing, and then the monthly challenges, which is the cabochon that he's referring to. I like it because it just keeps you doing things, and like the quarterly challenges is actually an exchange, which is really cool, which is why I have to do 10 of them, because there's 10 people doing the exchange. So I will have to mail these out, I think at the end of this month? End of this month is when I want to have them mailed. I don't remember when they actually need to be done. But I'm well on my way. You believe me? Well on my way. Out of all of the ones I've made on stream, and I've made several not on stream, there's exactly 3 of them that I'm in love with. 3 of them that have minor imperfections that I think that I can heat back in the kiln and fix. And then the rest of them there's no saving them. There's something fundamentally wrong with them. I don't know what to do with them. Put them up on an Etsy store and just be like, pay shipping and get them out of my house. Thanks. Let's see. Way back, Jeannie did the Christmas snow globe challenge. I still have all of the ones that she got from the group. Yeah, that's super sweet. I've done the marble one. Marbles are so fun. There we go. What can I do here? There we go. So, like, ideally, next time I do this, let's see. They'll be stacked like this on this side as well. But you can see that the orange and the red have sort of become one color. It's okay. I'm not going to try to fix that. Which one do I want to do? This one? That one's... It's always good when you look in and you're like, wait, I have a lot more clear than I thought I had. I always want to conserve all of my clear, and then I'm like, oh wait, I haven't. I only make tiny little things, but I feel like I go through clear a lot, really fast. Let me get this to... Set this down. Fight with glasses. Nope, I lost. Okay, lost that one. It's okay. This one. Move it up slightly. Is Fora still here? If so, when you're doing metal smithing, do you have to pay close attention to like maintaining the heat throughout the whole item? I don't know how liable metal is to... So like if I leave the glass out of the flame too long, it can just crack on its own because it gets too cold too fast. Does that sort of same thing happen with metals? I feel like it probably would depend on the metal and how cold one part of it got versus how hot another part of it was. Clear layer. Oh, let go. Thank you. Bernard, it's more like painting with honey. I don't remember what you actually called it, but like this right here feels like honey. I moved some color. You see that swirl that I've made? Accidental movement. Oh well. Very good. I have two of them on this side. Honey is a a very good analogy. Yeah, it definitely feels like playing with honey. Let's see. Let's see, would it be possible to do that dot art you're so interested in the class? Okay, yes, yes. The answer to that is yes, and you could definitely do the Mandela dot art, and like yes, I want to. I want to badly. Do you see how badly my technique with these things is? I don't know that I have the dexterity, and because like look, you can't see. I'm pointing at things off camera. I pulled so many stringers for that same kind of idea. I want to, but I'm not good with the stringers. My form is all over the place. I make wiggle lines and not dots. Ah. Yes, but the answer to that is yes. That is one thing that I want to do. Is I've been watching on UBTubies this these it's actually like three different ladies who make a mandala dot art darts that the green is not covered. Well, at least one of them pours concrete into molds and gets like perfect round stones, paints them black, and then paints them with like very specific dot patterns. Oh, that are just, these are like the calmingest videos that I have ever watched, and it's just, oh, it's so good. I want one of the mirrors that they make. Your first thought was the artist, and I am sure that that was a word that came out of my mouth, but I don't know. Circrat? I don't know. Zubda? But yeah, it would be really, really, really nice to be able to. Did I do it this side too? I did. I just didn't cover the top dot because it was level. So on this side, it is yellow. Yellow didn't get covered. And the answer is yeah. That is absolutely something that I want to do after I'm done with the challenge, because it needs to be done by the end of this month. So if I get 10 of these hearts that I'm really happy with, I probably will start working on that one, the dots. Another technique that I really want to learn how to do is like this kind of fish scale technique, which is also using dots. You can kind of make, it's like a fish scale or even like a dragon's egg kind of. It's scaly, right? So if you turned it into an egg, it looked like a dragon's egg. I've attempted it exactly once. It came out terribly. And I wasn't happy with it. Okay, so everything's encased, so I'm not too worried about heat. Now here's more questions that I don't have answers to. Is do I spin it this way? Or do I move it and spin it that way? So this is what I was trying to work out in the 6 minutes that I was apparently live. I didn't realize that I was live. Let's see. Oh yeah, did he paint with dots? Oh, do you mean like a pointillism? Like literally, is it like a famous artist that I just completely butchered their name and it's fine because you know it's me and I don't know names. What are names? I'm not. I don't know. At least I have maps. That is a reference for exactly one person on this chat. That's fine. What I'm doing here is I'm adding clear next to the two top levels that I've made. so that they stay relatively level and it doesn't sort of collapse down, and it keeps that distinction where you'll kind of get that 3D effect. Pointillism, yeah. Which there's some lovely pointillism ones, but no, this is a very different kind of dot, and like I think they're really, really pretty. They're almost meditative in nature watching the ladies make them. Okay, so I also just love that they pick like a nice pattern and then they just sort of go with the flow where they have like specific designs that they've done and they just kind of keep doing them over and over again, and it's soothing and it's lovely. One of the ladies, she was doing one's based on like aliens, like someone had commissioned one for aliens, so she's like, how do I make this one look alien? So I painted the rock silver and then did like, I can't remember if she just did green dots or whatever, but she did another one with a vortex, which looked really, really cool. So yes, two BMLs. Question. Yes, I want to definitely get into doing really cool dots at this scale. I'd have to work on it, and it's something I want to work on. Okay, so let me think about this. If I twist it this way, what will that look like? You will lose all definition. I think if I do it this way, I think I need to do both ones. I think I need to maintain the rotation in the same order as these dot stacks are. No, please don't mess there. So that you can still see the difference between the different layers. I think so. I think I have to do this. Which means I need to encase this little corner over here. Which is fine. Okay, so you just got a glimpse of what I was talking about? Oh, the different kind of layers? Can you kind of see it? I mean, they're kind of goopy still, but I'm not worried about it being goopy because I'm about to turn up the heat a lot and then those goops are just going to go away. It's not really worth my energy at the moment. I need this part. There we go. Okay, why is this so far back? I'm not that tall. Yep. Okay. I'm looking at the glass clearly to be like, which of the clears are you? Are you the one that shatters on me a lot, or are you the nice one? It's the nice one, in case y'all care. It's not the one that shatters a lot. It's my favorite clear. I especially like it for like encasing because it is also it is more soupy than the rest of the glass, so it doesn't need as much heat to apply, which for encasing is nice because it keeps the design relatively cold, while this glass can be hot and they will merge. I'll just cut over that. This is gonna 100% be a trial. I've made 2 swirls that I didn't mean to make. What happened here? Did I just place it that badly? Look at this. I've done one really nice, and then one's just at a complete angle. Alright, let's fight here. But we'll see. We'll see how the design comes out. And if I like this, the next time I'll know what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Much straighter. Straight enough, at least. Alright. Heat up. Cool. Flame on. It looks like such a mess, but I think the idea will come through in the end. That's really what I'm going for here, is just does the idea work? All that bumpy glass is starting to melt in. It's looking really good. For some reason, I see Among Us in this, so that's fun. Hate that game. That's okay. Maybe this isn't gonna do what I thought it was gonna do. I'm just gonna have a dot in the middle. I don't know that you're gonna be able to see the 3D-ness of it at all. We'll see. Especially since I'm gonna squish it now. I genuinely thought that even though I only applied, maybe I needed to spin it the other way. See, the wheels are not actually turning up here today. Look it. Good. Do I have this thing? Just a little bit of color off of there. Nice. So now I'm wondering what happens if I'd spun it in the other way. Would it have done what I thought? Because I thought that the color would spread through the whole ribbon, but maintain that it was above the rest of them. I'll have to make another one and see. Let's see. You could probably make a gas giant planet out of this one at the moment, with just the different colors being all swirled around. Looks galaxy-esque. I mean, gas giant specifically. I can only think of Jupiter. Words are good today. Let's see. Nice goopy goops. It'll be interesting to see how this one also just looks as far as like colors, because you're gonna have a warm side and a cool side that are kind of mixing with each other. Right now it just looks brown, but this is gonna have oranges and reds in it as well. Orange, red, yellow. It always looks brown when it's heated. Let's see. Saturn II may be more fuzzy than Jupiter. Oh, look at this one, doesn't need a little flap flap. I think it's just because I heated the whole thing up nicer. And I didn't just heat this one section up, it moved everything. In fact, it's a very cute heart. It's doing a pretty good job already. Just define that shape a little bit better. I'm happy with both the humps. That's nice. Aww. I guess we'll go straight to this part. The one nice thing about doing like a twisty like this is that either side can become the top and either side can become the bottom. The other design that I was doing, I very much was like, I know I want the purple on the bottom, the red has to be on the top, so we gotta turn the thing around, sometimes switch the punty around, make it work. My glasses feel like they're gonna fall off again. But I'm wearing the clip, let's talk about this thing, but I don't actually know what it's called. The little grippies on the back of my glasses that are supposed to hold them in place for like roller coasters and things. Roller coasters is my only time that I have used them. I'm pretty sure that they're sold for other sports and not roller coasters, but you know, roller coasters. That's the most important thing for me. But this one is not small enough. It doesn't get small enough for my... Let's see. About there. Attach. Let's go. Oh goodness. I mean, it's technically attached, but that's a technicality. Alright, we're gonna focus on the body for a second, and we're gonna heat it up. Especially since I can feel, rather I felt, that the handle cracked. And the handle cracking is fine. It's most likely to crack because it's the thicker part. But before it falls, let's fix it. And you do not, when you feel it crack, just put the heat directly on it. You want the heat to travel to it. Not, if you put it directly on it, you're just going to cause the crack to go worse. So, there we go. So we just remelt it, it refuses, that's happy camper. It's a little weak right now, but that's fine. We'll strengthen back up in a second. And what I'm going to do about this bail, this idea of bail, it's so cute, but it's so thin. Ugh, no problem. This one's definitely a keeper with how many you have in the can, as they say. With this one, how many do you have in the can? I am not 100% certain what you mean by in the can. How many of them am I willing to ship off right now? The shape of this one is going to come out fantastic. There are 3 that I'm really, really happy with. Like they're good to go. Nothing else I feel like I need to worry about. Oh, I gotta get this in here. There's 3 of them that have minor flaws that I'm hoping to fix in the kiln later. And then I have no money. I have no idea how many I've said no to at this point. Now that I've made that bail ugly, heat and then ignore, heat and then ignore, heat and ignore. That is the best strategy to getting it to look nice and circular again. Can you guys see it? You like the strong, bold lines of this one? I like the other ones. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this one. I think it'll be interesting to see how it comes out. This isn't the effect that I was going for. So I'll want to do it again to see if I can get that same kind of effect that I was hoping for, but I can make this one easier on myself another way. I do more of a traditional twisty shape. A twisted part. Now have to stack them together. Although the benefit to this one is it has the least amount of green and still is called a rainbow. So there is that. Stay up, please. Okay, be careful. Handle's cracking a lot. It's gonna be fine. It's totally gonna be fine. Believe in this. What's the worst thing that could happen? Fall on the bench. I fixed the bail, so that's good. I'm gonna put that there. Oh, it's saved. Alright, and we're just gonna keep these things evenly. And that's where that is. Cool. To start with. Okay. Flip. Fail. Flip glows. Nice. This. And that is probably the end of this one. Huzzah! Let's see how I'll show the camera. Okay. I almost put the gold tools on it. Okay, one tools. 1, 2, 3. Just a little bit off. There we go. And that is that one. Let's see. Now the question is, do I do it again, but I twist it the other way? We'll move on to a different project. Do I call it a night? It's almost 10 o'clock. I could go to sleep. I could do that. I'm looking at the design that I had beforehand and trying to decide because of how I twisted it. I'm trying to also decide if you have... I mean, it was an even design, though. It wasn't an uneven design. By even, I mean both sides of the punty. Could do that. Which is to say, I have this tool. Patty's here. All right. That sounds like you gotta go. Have fun. Enjoy. Hasta luego. Watch the video later. It's all good. Bye. So I'm wondering if I could use this. Oop, there we go. Which this gives you disc shapes. If I wanted the inside to be purple, I could start with the smallest one. And then add a layer. Do that. That might be cool. This is all about playing. Why not? Is that? Yeah, stable. Works. Let's make it fluffier for you. And just see what happens. So step one is probably making a Maria. That's probably the easiest. Although I wonder if I'm gonna have the same problem between the green and blue. I put layers between them. Bye. Bye, Bernard. Let's see. So put a layer of clear between everything. That adds A, a lot of bulk, B, a lot of time. Kind of the... Do I have... I was seeing if I had a smaller one. I don't. Do I give the tiniest? Just looking at the stringers that I have in these specific colors, like I'm wondering if I could do BML Bytes' suggestion and try to do like the dots and the Mandela thing. Even though I know, and I know in my heart, that it's not going to go well for me. At least the first so many times, but you know, you start where you are and you accidentally touch the microphone. And you hope. And that's how you learn. Let's see. Whoop. It's a nice shape, but it's not actually centered. Let's see. Let's try that. Not easily. It's not centered. Let's see. This. Emphasis on great. Let's see. What are people saying? I'm finally reading my phone because I heard a thing ding, and I'm reading. Neo messaged, going, she knows she's live, right? I forgot. I didn't know. Also, do you like that my phone's there right next to me this entire time, and I am an hour later noticing? Would have been fun if I was sitting there for a full hour. Let's see. It's starting to get shaped. Just gotta add enough of the purple. There's still definitely not enough purple on this thing. I'm not very, very well versed in. Does it touch both sides? Kind of, but not really. In using this tool. It is a somewhat new tool to me. I think I got it for either my birthday or Christmas. So, end of last year. I remember who I got it from, and thank you very much. I don't remember what project I was working on at the time that I thought it would be used for. But I do really like this tool. It's hard to stack, or say stack, but link disc beads. Let's see. At least I find them to be somewhat hard. So this tool helps quite a bit. Push on. I think a lot of my issue that I was having last time was sort of not. I've learned with like the bales, like you have to heat and then not heat and then heat and then not heat because it keeps the shape but starts to level it out more. So I'm wondering if that was a lot of my problems before. I'll squish it flat. Alright, well, at least I think it's getting to the actual tip of the mold. I have a little the cap on this side. It's okay, I can pull that off if I need to. It just helps keep it level while I'm spinning it. It's great. Somehow, I still feel like... I mean, I get that this little bit on the end is how it is, but I feel like it's not quite deep enough. But it's almost... Sleep here. Alright, that feels like it's connecting now. It's quite a bit more than I thought. Okay. So, like, part of me wants to... Can I use this to check the runs? Hey, it's not too bad. I still feel like there's like a chunk of it. Like, let's see. This side seems awfully flat. Oh yeah, that's kind of check that looks really flat. So let's see if I can. How's that going? No, that's not too bad.
compass rock. Is it just not having enough glass on that side? Is it just how I happen to stop it? It's certainly not perfect, but I think it is good enough. I'm gonna keep it simple though, I think it's really what it is. So, how do I want to do this? I have no idea. This is quite a bit of glass. So it's even the smallest one. That's insane. This gets big. Um, do tiny dots with that. I could try bigger dots with this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's try that. Work on my dot game. I'm so nervous. Okay. It's bigger than the purple dot. Can I pull it? Okay, too much. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, I think those two are pretty close. So I want to do on this side now. It's not exactly melted in, which is another problem, is it's kind of sitting on top of the purple glass and not really in. In seems like a weird choice of words, but it's not really become one. They're still two separate entities. And the more that I specifically melt it, the more that will sort of go away. And the less likely it is to sort of shatter itself off or break itself off, pop off. Let's see. I'm just eyeballing this. I'm gonna say. Okay. Still probably too big. Now it's got eyes and a nose. So it's too big. You heat the dot itself, and then with something colder, pull off some of the excess. Alright, I'll call that good enough. We're just going to do it. Very, very simple dots. The mandalas that I want to learn how to do, they've got swipe C's on them, and they've got things. And I can use some of these too, and I can get smaller dots, but I'm just going to try to keep it simple. Work with bigger rods, that's okay. This to melt into the glass. So we're going to do 3 of each of the other colors here. There. How's that one? That one's much better. That's almost in line. Okay. So I've got my purple. I've got my blue. I need to green. Let's see. There. Same idea. Don't touch the other things. Boop. More. Slightly bigger, but relatively in line and good enough for my first try. Oops, almost dropped it. Alright, here we go. It's here. Ooh, my fingers feel a little hot. That one is just like the tiniest bit big. So I take just the tiniest bit away. So one thing about doing these dots versus like working on a bale or something, like even when I am working on the dots themselves, it's in the flame is pointed at the body of the piece. So that is something that's kind of nice. Is like I'm used to get distracted, work really, really hard on one section, and then come back to and like care a lot about keeping the body of the piece warm. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. So now I have sort of a dot flower. Not bad. Where do I want to put these things? I didn't think this through. I said 3 of each, but it definitely works on this pattern, on this layer, which is still kind of going to the tiny one. It's fun to watch. Okay. So. Oh, God. I can put them like exactly on the outside. Which would give me 2 of them, but it wouldn't give me the red. You just put a stripe of red around. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think, because this is actually kind of small still, how big my silly dots are. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with the final piece of this thing. Just going to put stripe. Straight here. This red color. And a nice base to Sort of like the other colors can come and touch, and that'll be fine. Oops. Hand slipped. Not too bad. Alright, so now we need to focus the flame on what I just put there so that those little rings kind of go away and it again becomes one piece. Don't necessarily need to focus on the dots. The dots, I think, are okay. They may still be sitting too much on top of the glass. I don't know if I can put this in my mold without it ruining the interior design at this point. A little bit. Alright, we'll do this big gravity. It's gonna be fine. Move the glue on. What do we have going on here? It's not too bad. I don't like this kind of ridge that is between these two colors. Like, I do want a color distinction, clearly, but I don't want the physical ridge. I wonder if I can use this tool, if this is going to make me a problem. I don't think that helped, to be honest. The dots actually look pretty good. I actually like how they've recessed at this point. They're sort of... they're much more in... if I could draw this. The overlap between where the circle is and where the disc begins is greater, and it's in a... it's in a way where underneath the dot, there's no sections that kind of curl back underneath. It's more dome-shaped. And the nice part about that is that sort of underneath part is where the glass can kind of be weaker. It's thinner between that. I just know that they're prone to the designs popping off. There's probably a very specific term for it. Oh my goodness, I feel like I've heated this thing forever and this ring is still got this ridge. I mean, it's going away, but I'm just impatient. Next time I do this, I will definitely add the ring on before I use the mold and before I start placing dots. Okay, so... let's do the next one. And the question is, do I want it above the blue or above the green? I think I want it above the blue. It's not rainbow blue here. Yeah, I still think I want it above the blue. Okay. Good enough. Okay, so that one's much bigger than the rest of the colors. So heat it up and touch. And pull. And heat some of it up. That's not nearly enough. be getting closer, I'm not sure. I think it's acceptable. It's still big. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That was hardly anything. Still feels big though. This is certainly a design. When I'm done with this, the right answer is just spin the whole thing around, and then you don't get to see the dots at all. That dot was accidentally touching the dot for it. There we go. Aha! All I've got left is orange. And then what am I doing with this? I have to decide that. Don't burn your fingers. Gosh, I never actually get my fingers all that hot when I'm working on it, except for when I'm trying to place these dots because I'm so focused on like here. So I'm very, very hot. So for once, I think I have one that is slightly too small. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more on. Good. All right. Now that I trust that this thing is like nice and warm all the way through. We're actually going to go with this one. That's it. I wonder why the orange I'm getting like too small. If it's like something about, I think it's hotter than it is. Oh no, I touched the green. It's the last one. This thing. Can I fix this? Okay, and then more than that. Is that orange? That.
Trying to decide if these last two dots are too big or too small. The truth is, they're too lumpy for me to know right this second. So I'm gonna apply some heat. I'm gonna give the green a chance to, I'm gonna call it heal. The wound that I gave it. It'll sort of even itself out here. Let's see here. Okay, so this one's definitely big. So we need it. Touch. There. How's that? I think that's good enough. The dot's not very stable. Stable upgrade. This one's still big, but not by much. So we're gonna make a tiny bowl. Okay, I'm gonna call it good. Alright. So what do I do with this thing? I could smush it. I could literally push it down. That would flatten the top of all of the dots. Wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. I could try to encase it. It would be a pain in the ass to encase, but I could do it. If I encased it. Anymore. This one? This one. I'm trying to make it a little bit more round, since I added that red on it. I put whole stringers through the middle of it and give it kind of a wispy design. I put a stringer down the middle and I just sort of pulled because they're in lines. Okay. Oh, too fat. Too fat. Too hot, too fast. That's what I'm trying to say. Make the blue spark down me, which it does. It lets me know. Well, you're very much a reduction point, huh? Look at you. Accidentally reduced. Okay. This is not going to come across on the stream, but I can tell that it is shinier than it would otherwise be, and that's because of the propane being high, which is called a reduction point. I'm not sure if that's a problem. It can lead to muddying, colors that become muddy. Could just put a bail on it. But I don't like my dots. I don't feel like my dots... Like, I feel like I got practice with them. I think they're okay, but like some of them, especially the ones on the outside, they're not like perfectly placed. Um, let's see. I'm gonna smush. I'm gonna start with the smush. We're gonna see what happens. Heat, 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 smush. Purple? Let's just see. That's the smear. What color? Oh gosh, that's the blue. That's why it's sparkling. Okay. This purple does not like. Ah! I need this to be small flame for this, I think. I did one really well. Can I do the rest of them, please? Ah. Too much melty. I've got like a flower thing going on. That's pretty cool. I mean, at this point, I've decided that like I got practice with the dots, which was really nice. I want to see if I can figure out a way to line the dots up a little bit better, kind of a little bit more exactly and more precisely. But I kind of also knew that like I wasn't going to be happy with it at the end, so it was easier for me to go ahead and play with it and see if there was anything else that I wanted to learn from this while I have it already messy. So at this point, now I've got this kind of a weird flower thing, but it's a much more organic shape, so I'm a little bit more forgiving of it not being perfectly even. I am doing all of these unencased, so the odds of me burning one color are pretty high. But this is really just an experiment. A little bit of skill practice, a little bit of just see what comes of it. A little play. What do we have going on? To put a bail on it,
to not put a veil on it. I think I will probably just take it off the punchy as it is. Call it a day. Otherwise, I wanted this to become a heart, where it would be squish. These would get moved a little bit down. This would get pulled down. It's definitely a one-sided design. Bye! Is that your way of saying goodbye, Beano Bites? You going to bed? I still have no closet. This is like the weirdest, like the purple is like one of the weirdest colors. I feel like it is definitely a stiff color. Sort of feel like I've made like a Christmas playset. Oh, I just realized that I did this in purple, but the rim is now red. I forgot that the rim was red. So that's a purple dot on the outside. Usually you do it in the same color, so if I'd been thinking about this all the way through, that would have been a red final one. And then when you pull it off, there, I pulled off, I think, all of the... I'll do it again. Definitely. There we go. There we go. So that should not be it. Alright, I pulled all of the purple off, which now will just be the reds. That's it. And that's definitely it for the stream tonight, and I will come back another day, possibly manana, and keep making more, because this stuff is fun. Thank you. Bye.